Viewers of on this more restoration work on this vehicle. Since it's been in our family since it was brand new. My old man's car, that was my mum's car for a long time. I'm going to do some repairs in here. I've got over the years I've had a cheap battery. It's actually just kind of taken the paint off there. I'm going to take this battery out, and I've got some VX Commodore paint, also known as Holt's duplicolour. There's the as close to original, you can see the nozzle there, as original as it is. It's pretty as close to the original colour match there. I'm going to just clean it up and just repaint that. It's only a surface rust, so I'm going to stop that rust before it gets any worse. I mean, I do wash these engines religiously, so I like to keep them clean. I do run them straight away after I've washed them, so they're nice and warm. The less the water sits in there, the better. And I find, well, you don't get much corrosion that way. This person never liked to work on a dirty engine. I just don't like it. This one's not too bad. I'll probably get a little check at the little rocker cover gasket there. It's not really leaking, is it? Oh, it's a bit oily. Yeah, my Ute ones have been replaced. These were replaced once, but they're only a little bit of a seep. Well, my Ute ones don't leak at all. The other VY, I've got the other VY Commodore. I've got to change those gaskets because they're leaking. Like, I just smell burning oil. So I've washed it a bunch of times. It's just they're due to be replaced. So let's get this battery out. It's a brand new battery. 800 cold quaking amp. I last tested it. It's a 680 cold quaking amp form factor. This battery. Good batteries these. I'm going to take all that out. We're going to do some prep it so we can paint it. Yours, well, here's a before shot. It's just mainly surface rust, so I still want to treat it now. The best thing about preventing rust, if I want your car to rust, best thing you can do is prevent it in the first place, and that's to stop it at the surface rust stage. You can see this paint being damaged there, so that's all going to be painted over. That's all clean, ready to be painted over. So I get this brand new battery of disulfate. Why not, eh? It's CSR is 4.2 milliohms. It's got about 700 cold quaking amp test. Bit of maintenance desulfation there on a brand new battery. Get some extra life out of it. Always good to do that once in a while. I've also, in the meantime, while that paint was wet, I've chucked this in the car. And yeah, it started up nicely. Haven't used an ESM on a while. Ultra capacitors for the win. That's desulfate in this brand new battery. I mean, that car sat for about 8 months undriven. The battery went flat to about 11 volts, so it wouldn't crank anymore. So I did put the charge on it about twice in that time. It didn't go below 10 volts though, so it should still be okay. Either way, it did go a little bit flat, just under 11 volts, so this will be good anyway. Good for it's good. These are bloody good batteries. These 680 cold quaking amp in this form factor. It's amazing how I can squeeze that much more capacity and cranking capacity in it. But there's not much room in there for much lead though. The plate to be pretty tightly packed in there for that much cranking capacity in this form factor. So give it a good desulfate. That's a bit normal, a bit of a little bit puffed out. There's the sides are slightly bulged from a bit of sulfation, so this is going to fix that. Well, I did charge this once overnight on my C-Tech charger when I got the car about 2 months ago. So, but prior to that, just set it with parents' house undriven for a long time. Yeah, look after this new battery. Should get about 8 years out of that, I reckon. We've got 8 years out of one of these Delcor batteries before. They're quite nice batteries. Speaking of batteries and stuff, these two batteries said a bit. They're all low capacity. Not very good. I've ordered the adapter for this to fit my LXT lithium-ion battery onto this one. So that battery adapter's on its way. I've also got a new set of brushes coming, so this drill will be pretty much good to go. That's a pretty good drill, that. That adapter will also fit this, so I can also use the LXT lithium batteries on this one as well. This uses a big 775 motor. This new does too, but I've got to fix up the clutch. There's something wrong with the gearbox and clutch. Was never right when I got it. I'm going to fix that. But I've pulled these shells all apart, and I've given these shells a degrease and a scrub with some soap and hot water. So they're all degreased and cleaned now. So this battery's okay. It fits these two drills. That one's not too bad. But these are 18 volt ones. They're yeah, I've got about 2 minutes work of constant drilling out of any of these batteries at any one given time with this big drill. And they've got no performance. They don't last long. They're gone. So the lithium adapters end up coming very handy. You just can't charge the lithium with these ones, obviously, because it just blows them up. You got to use the other charger, obviously. But they cleaned that pretty good. I've got 90% of the crud off these drills. Yeah. Looks like a meshing problem. Looks like the gears aren't meshing or something. 100%. Anyway. The car. That looks much better in there. I got about 4 coats on that. Just to allow for any vibration when the battery sits there, it moves slightly. So extra protection there. That looks much better. You can see that paint's a 90% match to the original. That looks pretty good. I'm going to let that dry for and put the battery in later on in the afternoon. It came out quite nice. Anyway, thanks for watching.